Hello and welcome to another exciting and inspirational edition of the Helping Hand TV show. As you know, the Helping Hand will focus on the abilities of persons with disability. H4P is 10 years old. We are bringing dignity to disability.
H4P, here for perfection. You have made changes to people's lives that you are perhaps not aware of. Every Saturday when I watch this show, I feel more heard. I feel more visible. I feel like somebody is speaking my mind. The show has brought enough evidence that these are awesome people who are doing great things. They are helping their families, institutions, churches, nation.
Remember that disability is not inability. Hello and welcome to another exciting and inspirational edition of the Helping Hand TV show, where we seek to throw the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. You are with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. H4P is 10 years old and we are celebrating the goodness and the mercies of God. Like I promised you last week, I'm bringing you the second part of that amazing interview with my very, very special guest, Mildred Boy. And thank you so much for tuning in. DV Unlimited, Company Limited, Fire City Chapel, my proud sponsors. I'll go for a quick commercial break. I'll be right back with my special guest. Stay tuned.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, H4P is 10 years old. Hooray! God has been so good. He has blessed us all these years. The Here for Perfection organization, H4P, is a non-governmental organization based in Ghana with the focus to create and promote sustainable peace, health, human rights, and nation building through its nationwide anti-malaria campaign and special advocacy for persons with disability. H4P is celebrating 10 years of bringing dignity to disability, 10 years of being the voice of ability on air for persons with disability, 10 years of unearthing potentials of persons with disability for national participation in international competitions, 10 years of creating indelible handprints through our community projects, 10 years of advocating for national policies to the benefit of the disability community. Ajiko to the CEO and staff of H4P organization. H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, you are with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. And today I want to introduce you to someone with so much ability. Some people call her the greatest friend, others call her the sweet companion, and others still call her the faithful worker. She is dependable, reliable, and adorable. And she's committed to lending you a helping hand anytime, anywhere. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome DV Cleaners.
DV Cleaners Alata Samuna Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Aloe Vera Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Body Lotions, DV Cleaners Hair Shampoos, DV Cleaners Hair Conditioners, DV Cleaners Liquid Detergents, DV Cleaners Hand Wash, DV Cleaners Floor Cleaners, DV Cleaners Toilet Cleaners, DV Cleaners Cake Soaps, and now introducing DV Cleaners Hand Sanitizers. For bulk purchase, call us on +233 278 308 246 or +233 244 467 326. DV Cleaners, one of the top most made in Ghana products. DV Cleaners, proudly Ghanaian.
And so remember that anytime you purchase any of the DV Cleaners range of products, you are lending a helping hand to a person with disability and you are supporting H4P organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. DV Cleaners.
Nature's finest touch.
Welcome back.
Previously on the Helping Hand TV show,
I slipped. Yeah, we had the surgery. This doctor did the wrong surgery, let me put it that way. He put a long nail from my hip into the knee and they tried forcing me to sit. So on forcing me to sit, I guess I broke more bones.
Yeah, welcome back. to the Helping Hand TV show. With me, the voice of ability on there for persons with disability. My very special guest, my very courageous guest, my strong guest, my determined guest. I must add my very beautiful guest. Mildred Boy is with me in the studio, sharing her life, sharing her story. Such an inspiration. Mildred, thank you so much.
Thanks for
Thank you so
having me.
much. Let's continue your story. The efforts began to pay off and healing began?
Healing began, yes. After a while...
So tell me, the doctors, did they put back the plates? Did they put back the nails?
They did, yes.
Okay.
They did. They took out the old one, the infected one.
Okay.
And then they did. They did. That was a major surgery. Now the infection are all clear.
Okay.
That was around 2011.
Wow. Wow.
The infection has cleared. And then they decided to give it a try.
Okay.
So they did the surgery coupled with bone grafting.
Okay.
So they took out some of my hip bones and then some of the bones that were on my legs.
Okay.
Here, you can see the marks.
Okay.
To add to the metal.
Okay.
So that it could aid the healing process to begin. They told me, Kolebu doctors, I'm grateful.
Wow.
They always explain the next procedure.
Wow.
What was going to happen. It might work, it might not, but we are positive.
Wow.
Let's pray.
I think I should take time to thank those doctors. It looks like always on the Helping Hand TV show, we are on the neck of doctors and all that. But when it's good, we applaud. When it's not good, we should criticize. But thank you. Kudos to all those very good doctors. Very, very good doctors. God bless you so much.
The fact that they even told me the procedure and the process that I was going to go through.
It helped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gave me some comfort that we may not get a 90 or 100%, but we will get somewhere. So we are going to go. I said, okay. So like I said, they took parts of my bones.
Okay.
Put it together into the leg with this
The
time.
plates.
Yes.
Okay.
And that surgery was a major surgery. In fact, because they had not seen that kind of, what I was going through, I had a lot of consultants come around to see that it worked the moment they give it a shot.
Wow.
Yes, so I was so privileged to have big doctors around to do my surgery for me. They did it. We went. I started in the morning. I came back almost close to midnight. We had a long. I spent a long time in the theater. At a point, they said my mom even started crying that I was not going to, and everybody became worried.
It was a whole day.
Yes, a whole day in the ward that I was not back. And that day was only me. We spent a long time in doing that surgery. Unfortunately, it didn't work out.
It didn't work out?
Yes, after a while. So everything was perfect.
Okay.
The wound started healing as it should. And then the infection set in again. But this time, we were fortunate because they were following up and I was going to the hospital. They spotted the infection quick enough.
So it didn't spread?
Yes, it didn't spread. So we had to go back again and then take everything out. It was very disappointing. But that day, I thank them. I thank them because they worked their heart out, hoping
things would work.
We'll have a positive result, but it didn't. So I just said, probably it's God's purpose. We should just leave the leg like that. So when they took that metal, I told them they should not put anything because my body was tired.
Yeah.
My body was tired and I could not take in anything. So I asked them we shouldn't do any surgery. I would just lie there. When the wounds are healed, I will be discharged. After a while, I was discharged and came home. This time without anything. But my bones were all gone from my hip to the knee. I think I had a huge gap.
Okay.
So there was a little bone with the x-ray, if you look at it, a little bone here and a little bone here. So all this place was gone. I did not have a bone in my thigh again because they had to take everything with the infection, everything. So my leg was just dangling like that.
And the pain? I didn't want to ask, but and the pain?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh my goodness.
Painful. Painful. So without the metal, the wound healed.
Okay.
It took me 2 years for the wound to heal.
Wow.
Totally. That was 2012. 2014, when everything was healed, and then fresh skin started growing. I became like a baby. My skin was so... Because after the bed sore and everything, my skin started peeling off. I started developing, having fresh skin, so soft. So when the skin started healing and everything, I went back to my doctors after 2 years. I was in touch with them though. I went back and I told them I want to go and give it another shot. Yes, I want to go. So if we cannot do it here, they said for where it has gotten to, we will need an artificial bone.
Okay.
Which is not common here. We don't even have it here in Ghana. So we'll have to buy it either from Germany or Holland so that they can use it. Get a piece of my bone somewhere, attach it to it, put the metal back and see if it will work.
So necessarily the metal has to be there?
Necessarily the metal because it will hold the bone together for the healing process to go on. If there is no metal, the healing, probably your leg may heal, but it may not be correct. It may turn. So I think then the nail is just to align the bone healing for your leg to get corrected. They told me the process and it was expensive. I tried seeking for help, getting money to go and do it. I couldn't get. So I decided to leave it until I met a woman in Kolebu that I had been friends with when I was there. The brother who also had a similar story, but had his hand, and had his hand fixed at St. Joseph's in Koforidua. So he asked me to go try that. So I went back, told my doctors about what, I was always communicating with them, and they were really supportive.
Kind enough.
They were really supportive.
Wow.
What they could not do, they would say, well, okay, then let me refer you. Go there, mention my name, tell them that blah, 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 blah. So they also supported. So I
don't want to spoil the fun, but the other doctor that caused the problem, as at that time, you still hadn't heard anything from him?
We just decided to leave him. And we've left. I've not seen him, set my eyes on him since the last, the second surgery that went wrong. I have not set my, and I don't want to see him.
So you made it. You made it to St. Joseph's.
I made it to St. Joseph, 2014.
Mm.
I think around February, I went there. They saw my X-ray. I had to tell the whole story again.
Okay.
But this time, I had my folders from Kolibo.
Okay.
So they also put their heads together.
Mm.
Fortunately, they told me there was an outreach of doctors that were coming around from Germany. Is it from either from Holland that were coming? So I was fortunate that they could send my request, and then because St. Joseph is a Roman Catholic hospital, probably I could pay half, and then they would do it for me. So we had that arrangement, and then I went. To cut a long story short, we could not get the artificial bone, but the doctors came. They saw my situation. They tried their best, and it also failed. The infection set in again.
You know, when you said, to cut a long story short, I thought you were going to tell me that it worked.
It failed.
It failed.
Unfortunately. Because I have been through those periods, when I see that the infection is setting in,
you can notice.
I can notice. So I immediately inform them, and then we go back. So you will see that, you usually will see that that area where the infection is setting in become quite painful, getting pain around that area. And then it starts to boil like a pompo.
My God.
Yeah. So once you see that boil, it means something is wrong inside. Immediately, I rushed back to. I went to Koforidua 2014, February. I spent March, April, May, June, July. I spent about 6 months there. I moved everything to Koforidua. I came back, and then I realized the thing was going back. They tried. I remember there was an injection, a very painful injection that was given after a bone infection. Surgery was done. It was so painful.
My God.
It was so painful.
My God.
Even the medicine that will be put into the injection is so, if it enters your system, it's so painful. And I had to take 170 of that injection.
170?
I'm telling you. 170 of that. It's so painful. Even one, when they give it to you, you will hear the patient screaming. You know, when it's time for that medicine, you have to eat and make sure you are well equipped for that medicine. I had to take 170 of them. I took them because I said to myself that if I want to go through this pain, I should go through it and tell a good story. So I took it. And they were injecting any and everywhere that an injection could pass. The leg that was infected, I was on my thigh, my buttocks, my back. In fact, everywhere, just for the meds to go into my body. And I remember a lady, a nurse, she's late now. Anytime she comes to give me the injection, she will cry first before giving it to me. She will stand and then start tearing up and tell Auntie Mildred, I'm sorry, but you have to. She will turn, cry. I mean, she would tear up before she gives me the injection. And I was like, let's look at the bigger picture. I want to be fine. So many things happened. I took in everything.
Because at that time, with what you've gone through, you didn't want it to be wasted.
No, not at all. Not at all. But before I went to Koforidua, I prayed. I told God. In fact, I communed with him and told him, I have heard you. So many times I have heard the Holy Spirit speak to me and I take an action. Either way, sometimes it works, it doesn't work. But I'm going to obey this voice one more time. If it doesn't, I will not listen to anything like that again. Yes. So after the failed Koforidua surgery, I decided never to have a surgery again. So they also took out the metal, did the washing of the infection, I stayed there for close to 3 months, came home, back and forth to Koforidua. Painful, because sometimes driving to Koforidua is far, and I had to stretch my leg at the back of the seat. Very tiring. After they took that metal, I told myself I was not. Even if it was going to be for free, I was not going to attempt any surgery again. So they left my leg hanging. But all throughout the bits and pieces of the surgeries that we were doing, healing
was happening.
Wow. Yeah. So it was happening. And today I can sit. I can raise my leg. I can even squat. Yes. I could lie down on the floor and pray and get up by myself.
Oh my God.
I could leave my crutches and stand for a while. I could do so many things.
Does it mean the bone grew back?
It's healing.
Wow.
It's healing. Just that with my age,
the pressure. Okay.
It will not be as when I was 12 years ago. It would have been faster. You know, with bones, the more you age, the more brittle they become. But for me to be able to sit and even cross.
Look at you.
Yes.
Look at you.
And to do so many things that I could not do. It means
I'm told you drive.
Yes, I do. I drive.
Mildred?
Yes, I drive. I drive, not any special car. I drive any automatic car. Once it's automatic. Because the left limb is not too strong to press on the pedals. But once it's an automatic car, I drive.
So life is back to normal?
Yes.
Almost?
Almost. And hoping to be better.
After everything?
Yes.
You made it?
Yes, I did.
You made it?
I did.
My goodness.
I did. I didn't expect that a simple... So when I tell people that I was not born like this, they doubt. A fall? How? And then I just decided not to tell the story because you won't believe it.
My goodness.
Yes.
This is a good ending. A good ending. H4P is 10 years old. We are celebrating the goodness of God. How else could we have celebrated this than with this story from Mildred? God has been good. We'll go for a commercial break and we'll be right back. It's a Helping Hand TV show. Stay tuned.
Focus. True grit. Keep going. Keep your eyes on the prize. No stopping, because winning is not an option. It's 60-second success with the Bishop. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to 60-second success with the Bishop. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of taking risks, calculated risks. Life is a journey, my friend, a journey that is full of risks. And you have to decide to take calculated risks because it is those who have the audacity to face their fears and take risks who become successful. Life is not always smooth. Life oftentimes is a curved path of turbulence and it demands a lot of diligence so that it can lead to a life of success. Successful people know that in the journey of life, there are times of rain and there are times of sunshine. It is ordinary people who rest because of the rains. But successful people work and they take risks because of the rains. Great success only comes to those who are bold enough to take great calculated risks. Thank you.
The equation for success has a lot of variables, and great leadership is a combination of great habits. Great leaders are great readers, so I make it a point to read great materials every day. The Chosen Generation is a must-read book if you believe in your greatness.
The Chosen Generation, available on Amazon or call +233 550 507 077 or +233 20 197 9481. Get copies of The Chosen Generation, written by the Bishop, Dr. Charles C. Hackman, and support the H4P organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. Now available on Jumia, so grab your copies now.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability for persons with disability. I have my incredible guest, my amazing guest. I think I should call her a superwoman. Mildred Boy is my guest for today. Mildred, again, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Your story is so inspirational. Let's talk about you now. You drive, you can cross your legs, you can...
In fact, I can raise them.
You can raise your... Oh my... Now you are making me shout. Now you are making me shout. This is the doing of the Lord.
Yes, God has been faithful.
My goodness.
If I want to go into the spiritual part of this story, we will not finish. That will be a story for another time because everything has been inspired by the Holy Spirit. Through the dark to the light moment, it's been the Holy Spirit. And I cannot thank God enough.
Were there times you doubted God?
Yes, there were. I doubted him. I quarreled with him. I told him he was not good. It was not fair. I told him he didn't even exist. I told him all the negatives. But he kept me.
He's a father.
He kept me. He kept me. I'm sure he will be looking at me now and doing like this.
Stubborn girl.
He's been faithful.
So much faithful. Your vision, your dream was to get married, have your children, and continue your education. You got married, you had your military army, 4 strong boys and a girl.
Yeah.
It's left with schooling. What are you doing now?
So after my last surgery, I told myself I was not going to do any surgery again.
Okay.
I started doing bits and pieces of businesses.
Okay.
And then one day, I was just in my bed, like the Holy Spirit always came, told me you can start with your life. In fact, I was so upset. Somebody had annoyed me that day. I went to a bank to transact a business, and then the receptionist there, in fact, lowered me, said something very mean to me.
Was it because of your condition?
Yes, because of my condition. Said something very mean to me, and like the Mildred I always am, I came home, decided to turn my sadness into an opportunity. She wanted me to fill a form. I told her I could fill the form. And she made a comment that, you know, you don't understand English and yet you want to feel. I was like...
Is it because she saw you as a disabled person?
Yes,
you were not educated?
I don't know what went through her mind, but the comment that she made was so mean to me that when I came home, I decided to take the positive part of what I've left. So I engaged one of my cousins who lectures in the university at UPSA and GIJ at the same time. I called him and asked him if I could do a program in the university, and that if they will accept me. He said no problem. Yes, so I gathered all my documents and then I sent to him. He came home to help me to do the registration and all that. And then I went to, initially we were thinking of UPSA, either UPSA or GIJ, but proximity, GIJ is closer, UPSA is a bit far. So he said, oh, I should, and since I told him specifically, I wanted to better my communication skills. Yes. So he thought that going into a communication school at the Ghana Institute of Journalism would be better. So I went, wrote the matured exam, and then I was called. Yes. So initially they wanted me to do a degree, start with a degree. I told them I will start with a diploma because I've been out of school for a long time. So I want to pick up slowly. So I started with a diploma, and I'm in the third year. I'm a continuing student now doing PR.
Congratulations.
Yes, at GIJ now.
How is the course?
Oh, it's not something that I thought I could not do. It's okay.
You've been through the hardest of situations.
Yes. And I did not go to GIJ to go and be the best person. I went to GIJ to better myself, to better my communication skills, as I said, to be able to get back the bits and pieces of what I have left or what has gone by me this past 12 years, to put myself into society, not to depend too much on family and friends and my husband, and then to get a job, hopefully to support myself and others that I may meet, that God will.
So after 12 years, let me even call it waste, but after 12 years of waste, you are starting life all over again.
It's possible.
Wow.
It's possible.
And it's not too late?
No, it's never. It's never. If the will is there, it is very possible.
Wow.
You can. I didn't even see it as getting into a diploma because my first son is in level 400 now. Yes. My second son is in his second year in the university now. So going to start was like, university students under one roof coming to study. So whatever I don't understand, they are there to help.
You said you wanted to grow up with your children.
Yes.
And you are doing
it. I am.
Amazing.
They help. They do. For the journey so far, I have come to understand that it is never
too late
to start.
Amazing.
Once you think that it may not be academically like I want to do, but even to start a skill, to learn something, to put yourself in a situation where you will not depend too much
on other people.
Because it becomes a bit demeaning as a person with disability to be begging all the time. And for me, I did not want that. I may seek for help and ask for help, but to continuously come and be knocking because I have gone through one challenge or the other, it's my motivation. I want to get to, if not where my dream, but at least put myself in a position that I can be able to pick money from my pocket or probably do a job and then get paid and use some to buy my
You have even brought in somebody's child and you are taking care of her doing so well?
That is also another story.
Amazing.
So it is possible.
More
It
than
is,
possible.
Yes, it is possible.
But Mildred, let me find out from you. You were not born disabled.
No.
You met disability midlife.
Yes.
I know you are a strong woman. I know you are so tenacious and all that. But how is it like meeting disability midlife? How is it like?
Bishop, you can't imagine.
Wow.
You can't. I can't say what it feels like, because if you are able, you will not understand
Yeah.
a disabled person.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody to meet it
Yeah.
in their journey.
Yeah.
You just can't understand how it feels. It's like the next moment you are here, tomorrow you
Yeah.
are on the other side.
Yeah.
And then you become part of a society that you don't even know
Yeah.
exists.
Yeah.
It is not easy. I didn't, for me, I kept saying that I'm hopeful that one day I will leave my crutches. But for somebody who is not doing anything about it
Yeah.
and staying disabled, it's difficult. Difficult, and especially with our system here,
Exactly.
which doesn't help us in it.
Yeah.
I've been told so many mean things, a lot of them, but that only echoes what I hear when people with disability speak.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
When somebody is born with the disability and they tell you that if I was going to pick a trotro, everybody will push themselves aside and say that I am a mini god or something that shouldn't be gotten close
I see
to.
the disability is infectious.
The myth around it. I now understand
Yeah.
what it feels
Yeah.
like, and especially for those that are not fortunate
Yeah.
enough. It's very, 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 very.
Well, H4P is 10 years old, and Mildred, you are the superwoman. We've been doing this work for 10 years. 10 long, arduous years.
10 years will be 2010.
Yeah. What would you tell us, H4P? What would you tell us?
You are doing a very good job. I remember during those days that I was in bed, because I was with the TV and my Bible and the radio, I was flipping through the channel, and I think the first station I saw the TV show was Net 2.
Oh, okay.
Those times I saw it on Net 2, and I didn't really pay attention to who was speaking.
Okay.
But when I saw it, I was like, who is this man that is so passionate about disabled? Is he one himself? Because you must be one, or probably you have to have one in your family to be able to understand and to have that love for a person with disability. So I just said to myself, wow, this man is doing so well. Who is this person that I didn't know I was even going to end up here? But I told myself that if one day I should get well, I'll look for the number and call and come and share my story. You are doing so well.
Thank you.
And it's helping. It's helping so many people to their awareness that there are people. I didn't even know that there is a group with disability, an umbrella with disability under it. I didn't even know anything about it. No, never.
Wow.
Anything. And so the advocacy is now going stronger and stronger. Initially it was so down, but now people are able to accept disability people in the society because They don't think of a disabled person as somebody who begs.
Yeah.
The disability community have educated people amongst them. The disability community have a lot of able-minded people amongst them. If you have that bigger, mind that if somebody is disabled, or like I sit here, if I don't tell you,
you never know.
Like, yes, there are I have met a lot of people with disability who are doing amazing things.
Yeah.
They are not the beggars on the streets we see. There are people who are doing so well. And this advocacy is helping.
Thank you.
And people sharing their story
Yeah.
is inspiring other people
Yeah.
to also know that once you are disabled, that is not the end of life. There is help. There is. You are left to find where the help should come from, but there is help. There is always help. Whatever the situation is, you can find help.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Elorm, we need some music. Let's cross over to her. It's a Helping Hand show. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Is the music segment on the Helping Hand TV show.
You are my strength when I am weak. You are the treasure that I seek. You are my all in all. Seeking you as a precious jewel, not to give up, but be a fool. You are my all in all. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Jesus, Lamb of God, worthy is your name. Taking my sin, my cross, my shame, rising again, I bless your name. You are my all in all. When I fall down, you pick me up. When I am dry, you fill my cup. You are my all in all. Jesus, the Lamb of God, worthy
H4P, celebrating 10 years of bringing dignity to disability. Hooray! It's H4P Show Time.
Stella, so you left your own house, came all the way to my own house, just to rain insults on me and my innocent husband?
Oh, forget the innocent husband part. Ah, Chia.
Hey! How can you say Chia in my house? Chia in my house. Get up, leave.
I'm sorry for saying Chia in your house.
Can you imagine? Are you my co-equal? Get up, leave.
I apologize if you feel insulted by Chia. But I don't apologize in the least if you feel I've insulted your husband.
What?
He deserves it. Yes, he deserves it. Look, Tracy, I am desperate. I have to do something before I encounter a marital tsunami.
Marital tsunami? Okay, tell me the whole story.
Do you know that for the past 2 years, your so-called innocent husband, Collins, has been borrowing money? Borrowing money from my husband without paying back.
But how come?
Am I supposed to answer that? As for the how come, you have to ask him yourself. Is he not your husband?
Oh my God. Minister Nepone.
Look, Tracy, Collins has been borrowing huge sums of money from my husband under the pretext that he has some issues at work and so has not been paid. You see, my problem is that now my husband is angry at me because he's my brother. Your so-called innocent husband. He wants his monies back because his business is not moving forward. His business is going down. Tracy, my husband even believes that I am conniving with Collins to ruin his business.
Oh no. Collins, why are you making everyone suffer like this? Why? Stella, I'm so sorry, okay? I'm so sorry.
Your sorry won't help me. It won't help me. I need you to talk to your husband. Talk to him to pay back all the monies he's taking from my husband so that I can have some peace in my marriage. You see how you're enjoying your marriage. I also want some peace in my marriage. Anyway, that's all I came to tell you.
Stella, wait.
Purchase copies of the H4P melodrama DVDs today. Contact H4P on +233 209 555 777 or +233 596 313 338. All sales are for the promotion of our disability advocacy, so grab your copies now. It's H4P Show Time. It's 10 years of bringing dignity to disability. H4P Ajiko.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability on there for persons with disability. I'm happy. Where we've gotten to in the story, yes, we've cried. We may still even be crying, but this is good news. God has been good. Mother, thank you so much again for your strength. I'm looking at you and I'm thinking, so you've gone through all this?
Yes, I have.
From 2008 to 2014. Those years, if I ask you to describe it in one word, which word would you use?
Tough.
My goodness.
Tough.
Your story is so inspirational. Your story is amazing.